We treat the daily grind as a simple equation: put in the hours, earn the paycheck, and eventually buy a better life. But the data for 2026 suggests that math is breaking down. Traditionally, we measure a country's success by its economic output. We look at GDP growth and employment rates to determine which nations are providing the best quality of life for their citizens. Then there is Finland. For the ninth consecutive year, it ranks as the happiest country on Earth, with a score of 7.8 out of 10. This creates a startling paradox. While Finland maintains its lead in happiness, it currently holds the highest unemployment rate in Europe at 10.2%. A tenth of the workforce is out of a job, yet life satisfaction remains the highest in the world. Compare that to the United States. While the national economy is massive, specific hubs like Washington, D.C. have seen unemployment spike to 6.7% following federal workforce reductions. In this model, economic shifts directly impact local stability. Across most advanced Western economies, including the US, UK, and Canada, life satisfaction has reached a plateau. Despite continued GDP growth, scores are stuck in a narrow band between 6.7 and 6.9. Meanwhile, Mexico and Costa Rica are significantly outranking wealthier nations like Australia and Germany. They are achieving high levels of happiness without the high income requirements of their G7 peers. The traditional link between a country's wealth and its citizens' well-being is broken. Optimizing your life for a high-income geography no longer guarantees you a high-satisfaction life. To make sense of these geographic outliers, we can group the global data into three distinct models based on their primary trade-offs. First is the Nordic model, which prioritizes institutional security over the accumulation of individual wealth. Second is the Latin model, which uses social capital and community connection to sustain happiness with less money. Third is the Western model, which provides the highest economic ceilings but demands the highest individual stress tolerance. Selecting a location means committing to its specific lifestyle architecture and the unique demands it places on the individual. Finding the version of happiness that works for you requires deciding exactly which trade-offs you are willing to accept. The Nordic model is built on a foundation of infrastructure and institutional trust. Happiness here is a byproduct of public investment. This model requires sacrificing a significant portion of your income to taxes and accepting very flat wage growth throughout your career. As we chart this in our matrix, the result of those high taxes is systemic invulnerability. Life satisfaction remains stable, even during unemployment, because the social safety net functions as a consistent cultural guarantee. Daily life centers on public utility. Copenhagen's focus on bike-friendly transit and local commerce emphasizes lifestyle and community accessibility over private luxury. The trade-off is that you will likely never become wealthy by global standards. The financial ceiling is intentionally lowered to raise the floor for everyone else. For those who are highly risk-averse, this system is the ultimate optimization. It effectively removes the fear of financial ruin from daily life. The Nordic model serves those who value peace of mind and systemic stability over the chance for an outsized financial payout. We can see a different approach in the Latin model. Costa Rica's fourth-place ranking proves that high life satisfaction is possible without a high GDP. The primary input here is social integration. This model requires a full-time commitment to community and lifestyle, often at the expense of professional prestige. In our matrix, the Latin row shows prioritizing community creates high social capital. Emotional resilience is fueled by connections, not finances. This path prioritizes high-connection community over high-tech efficiency, which means accepting lower systemic infrastructure and limited income mobility. This stands in contrast to the burnout often seen in Western nations, where individuals have money to solve problems but lack time to build social bonds. This model relies on a dense network of neighbors for the security that other cultures look for in a bank account. The Western model, exemplified by the US and the UK, focuses on absolute individual productivity. Success here requires a high tolerance for workplace stress and the ability to navigate a labor market prone to sudden shifts, like recent federal layoffs. Looking at the Western row, the outcome for that stress is access to the highest financial ceilings in capital markets. The trade-off is the happiness plateau. Beyond a certain income, lacking a systemic safety net and tending towards community isolation causes life satisfaction to flatline. In this system, you are responsible for building your own security and community. The state provides the platform for growth, but the safety net is up to you. The Western model is for those who want maximum resources to build their own private world, even if the public environment is stressful. Ultimately, choosing the quote-unquote best country in the world is really about identifying exactly which specific anxiety you are trying to solve. We map this through the optimization path, starting with your primary anxiety. Fearing systemic ruin leads to the Nordic model. Fearing social isolation points toward the Latin model. And fearing a low financial ceiling leads to the Western model. Every choice requires a forfeit. Can you live without outsized wealth, high-tech infrastructure, or a guaranteed safety net? The 2026 data indicates that happiness is the practical result of living with a set of trade-offs you can actually sustain over the long term. High life satisfaction belongs to those who stop trying to optimize for every benefit and finally commit to a single set of trade-offs.